Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of very interesting bodybuilding updates. The first one is from Ruff Diesel or Terence Ruffin. Now he posted a posing video. We're gonna check out his physique, but before we get to that, we gotta read the caption, actually the first part of the caption, where he says prep begins, and his weight right now is 207 pounds, and then he says he's cut off now after they made the changes is 187 or 182, I guess depends on how tall they measure him, because, you know, it's not always the same, basically. You saw at the Mr. Olympia, they were measuring Chris Bumstead's hair, basically, they gave him like an inch more, and it was the same with the other Olympic competitors, but, you know, it depends on which show he does, and whether they're gonna measure his hair or not, I guess. So, best case scenario, he can weigh up to 187 pounds. And his last competition weight was 169, meaning he can potentially weigh almost 20 pounds heavier than the last time we saw him on stage. Guys, 20 pounds. That's insane. I mean, I don't know if he actually managed to make 20 pounds of muscle in the past off-season. We're gonna check out his physique in a second, but here he also says that 2024 wasn't the perfect off-season. But he's kind of happy with what he made, the progress he made. However, I don't know if he can actually be 187 shredded. I don't know if there is only 20 pounds he needs to lose from this point. But maybe there is. We're going to take a look at that in a second. But guys, if he is actually 20 pounds heavier on stage, I mean, Chris Bumstead was like only... It wasn't 6 pounds, it was more like almost 10 pounds heavier on stage. Basically, not the morning weight, but like on stage. I think he was like 8-9 pounds heavier. And that looked drastically different compared to his classic physique showings. So that's 10 pounds, and that's on his height. You know, 10 pounds on Ruff Diesel looks way different, much bigger than 10 pounds on Chris Bumstead's frame, right? So if Ruff Diesel actually manages to step on the stage in great condition at 187, what's that gonna look like? That's gonna look like a freaking bodybuilder, not a classic physique guy. The first thing that I'm seeing right here, just him standing relaxed, is the legs, right? The legs are looking really big and really wide. Maybe like they look like a bodybuilder's legs, not like a classic physique guy's legs. I mean, it is right here. We'll see how will they progress as he gets more shredded, but right here, the leg width and the leg thickness and like the fullness, the size, these legs are looking massive, man. And here's the video, here's the rest of his physique. So, is there 20 pounds or more to lose? I mean, I guess it depends on what he was doing so far. If he was off before he started this prep and now he ups the gear, then yeah, I can see him, you know, being in condition at 187. But if he was blasting before, then I would say he'll probably have to go down to like 180, I'm guessing. I mean, the conditioning is not bad, it's good, but still, like, it's an off-season conditioning. It's not close to being show ready, and his prep just started. So he's gonna prep for another, I don't know, 16, 18, maybe even 20 weeks. I mean, he took some time off, like he had a long off season, so doing a longer prep would be a good thing. Like my last prep was 25 weeks, and I think that's better if you're doing a fast prep after a long off season where you got a little bit more chubby. You're probably not going to be in the best shape possible. It's going to take you a couple of shows till you get to that condition. So I don't know which show he's doing, but his prep just started. So as he keeps getting leaner, he's going to get more carb sensitive. He's probably going to have enough time to like maybe rebound a little bit during the prep. So yeah, like best case scenario, I can see him being 187. Guys, what would Ruff Diesel look like at 187 if this is what he looked like at 169? I mean, say what you will, and me personally, I'm not a fan of shorter physiques. Like, I would prefer to see somebody taller, you know, as next Mr. Olympia in classic physique, but Mike Sommerfeld is not a taller guy either, and he just pushed Chris Bumstead, so I think Ruff Diesel has a very big potential of actually becoming the next classic physique Mr. Olympia champion. I mean, he placed second as well at one point, and now he's going to be potentially almost 20 pounds bigger. Plus, he's probably the best poser in the past 20 years. I guess him and Kai Green. So he has that going on for him. He has very much a classic structure, and he can get in condition, and now he's going to be bigger, much bigger than before. Yeah, sure, height is a disadvantage, but to what point? I think there is a big possibility of Terence Ruffin becoming the next classic physique Mr. Olympia. What do you guys think about that? Well, I guess this right here is probably his biggest rival, Mike Sommerfeld. This is what he looks like at 7-ish weeks out of the Arnold Classic. He's already in very good condition. And if you saw him a couple of weeks ago, he was much smoother. He was basically the same size, but just much softer. And now he basically got a lot harder, and he didn't lose any size. And now with this conditioning, he actually looks bigger, more impressive for sure. So just wait for it, but the same thing will be happening with Ruff Diesel. As he keeps getting more shredded, he's gonna be looking more and more impressive. Yeah, sure, he will lose weight, but he has 20 pounds of room. So as he keeps getting leaner and as he keeps introducing more heavier compounds, he's gonna be just looking more and more freaky. And the same thing is happening right here with Mike Sommerfeld at 7 weeks out of the Arnold Classic. As you can see, he's looking crazy right here. And we spoke about this before. Right now, his biggest competition at this show is probably Wesley Wissers, but that doesn't have to mean that Wesley is going to place second. Wesley won the Arnold Classic last year, and then he placed 8th at the Mr. Olympia. So maybe Wesley is not even going to be pushing Mike if he doesn't deliver, with his peak. If he's not as full, as conditioned, as on as he was at the Arnold Classic last year. But it also doesn't have to mean that Mike is really the favorite. He's the favorite on paper, but it doesn't have to mean that he's going to be winning or placing in the top 2. Things can change. This is classic physique. It's all about who brings what on that day, but not just based on Mr. Olympia placings, based on this video right here and all the updates that Mike posted. I do think he is the favorite to win the Arnold Classic. I think he's the favorite over Wesley Wissers, but then again, before the Arnold Classic last year, nobody thought Wesley was gonna win. Nobody saw him coming, so anything is possible. Wesley can surprise for sure. Right now, after his Mr. Olympia fail, he's no longer the favorite at the Arnold Classic, but you never know. He might surprise again like he did last year. However, if I was a betting man, I would put my money on this man right here, Mike Sommerfeld, because at 7 weeks out of the Arnold Classic, he looks ridiculous, guys. He looks like a freaking open bodybuilder, like a 212 bodybuilder at least. He doesn't look like a classic guy. What has classic turned into? These guys are looking freaking massive, and they especially gave more room to shorter guys when they made a change. They gave the taller guys maybe 2 pounds. Shorter guys, some of them got as you can see, Ruff Diesel was able to weigh only 169, and now he can weigh up to 187, so almost 20 pounds. So I don't know how balanced things are in classic physique as far as weight to height ratio, but yeah, Mike right here is looking absolutely insane. Look at the density of this physique. So much muscle, so much fullness and roundness. Damn, it's gonna be very difficult for anybody to beat this guy at the Arnold Classic this year. Alright, the next thing I got for you guys is about Sam Sulek. Now, ever since Sam Sulek parted ways with Hostile, he was no longer as much of a topic in bodybuilding circles, right? And also, but I think this is unrelated, his views have really plummeted lately. I remember back when he was at his peak, he was getting 500,000 to 1 million views per video. Now it's more like 100K. It's good still, but it's not what it used to be. However, if you guys remember, if you are old subscribers, if you remember the last video I made about Sam Sulek, I was criticizing him for his legs. I was saying his legs were weak, and they were at the time. So I gotta give this guy props for really making some solid gains in his legs. Look at his legs right now. They're actually pretty freaking impressive. He got shredded here, so now you can see clearly all the details, but I think he definitely made some progress in those legs, from the front and from the side as well. Look at the hamstring drop, the hamstring quad separation. I don't see the glutes here really, but it seems like he's got glutes as well. The calves are there too. Hamstrings seem solid. So I think he's competing sometime soon, like in the spring. I think he announced that. I'm not sure which show and who is prepping him, if he's doing it alone, what is the plan. But yeah, like those legs are definitely, look at this, much, much better now. And he has some crazy feathers in his outer sweep. And that's not something you see every day. That's genetic. So he has genetics for that. I mean, I would still like to see like maybe more adductors, but overall, the size of the legs is there. Like, he definitely brought them up. Look at this. Like, these legs are actually pretty freaking impressive. Really dominant vastus medialis. I'm not a big fan of legs that are shaped that way, but like still, he definitely made a lot of progress in the legs. He got them freaking shredded, and like the feathers in the outer sweep are really freaking impressive. His legs kind of remind me of Hunter Labrada's legs, right? Can you see it, guys? Of course, smaller, but with better feathers, with better separation in the outer sweep, in the lateralis. So he definitely brought his legs up quite a bit, and now I can see even more potential for Sam in bodybuilding, like in competitive bodybuilding. We'll see what the full package is going to look like once he actually steps on stage, but yeah, he's definitely on the right track. He's definitely making progress, so props to him for that. I wish another bodybuilding supplement company would sponsor him so he would come back to like bodybuilding industry, but we'll see about that. Anyways, you guys tell me what do you think down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For more content like this about bodybuilding, guys, stay tuned, subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon, all the best, and bye bye.